As you're getting there, grab your resistaband, grab your stretch out strap. If you can get a pillow or a towel handy, things just kind of flow. So I want you to have all your stuff that you need so you don't have to get up in the middle of something and reset yourself. But we are going to start with two different versions of a low back stretch. And you all know that I love the Pilates move, rolling like a ball. But I also know that some of you have a very hard time rolling back into that whole coccyx and sacrum. So I want you to know that you can roll from elbow to elbow and push yourself up and then reverse your movement, or you're going to pick your feet up and go with me, which is just this gentle rocking. The degree that you take your feet over your body is all based on what you feel like your spine will permit. So for those of you who have done yoga, this has the looks of setting up for plow, but we're not going to take it that far, right? So we've got about 5 more of these. And even if you don't have pain back here, but you just can't find a way to get your hip area off the floor, you can always change your hand position to pull the knees and then put your hands on the floor and give your body a little assist leveraging, right? So that just has everything to do with your spine mobility. Now, we'll say that that's 5. Roll yourself up. Okay. Get into crisscrossed ankle sit. This is also a time where, you know, that yoga wedge or your folded up edge of your towel or even the edge of your pillow, just if you give yourself a little prop, you don't want to sit in the middle. You really want to sit right on the edge so it helps you feel like you're tipping your sits bones. All right. Check out those knees, let them get comfortably in. If you need to extend a leg, then go ahead and do that. This movement can be done with both legs straight, one leg straight, right? You are just floating side to side. So from rolling like a ball to our little side to side stretches here, you know, just think about you being a little, one of those little wobble dolls, right? And we're just trying to take our body through front, back, side to side, and we're going to incorporate some semicircle movement too. So we're going to bend, twist, pull in every possible angle that we can get ourselves working into. Come up. I would like for you to switch the crisscross leg. If your fanny slid off of your support, put it back. If your support is too high, then you'll feel like when you're coming to the side that you can't get your elbow down. So let that, you know, if you're not coming elbow down, just let the hand move further away from you to help you brace, because we do want to brace. That's what getting your elbow to the floor is. It stops your motion so that you can take the high arm and get that nice stretch. Inhale. You're inhaling through the middle and exhaling through the side. All right. Bring yourself up. Reset. Feel like I need to put some Velcro on my backside. Now, take the feet, bottoms of feet together. And I know that sometimes when we do this, it feels like your knees are up into your armpits. That's just where your body's start zone is. And if you build your hip base higher, it'll help the knees splay out a little bit more. So take your index and thumbs, wrap your index finger between your second toe and big toe, and then let your thumbs kind of press against the thumb, the toenail of your big toe, okay? So what your hands do is your hands are giving you the ability to pull against your toes for a moment to help you feel your body get more uprighted. And as you pull up against your toes, draw the shoulders down, try to push the chest forward, creating your S curve. And then you can give me a little bit of these, they're like little butterflies, right? Now, if it's super uncomfortable with you holding your toes like that, you can grab all of them. You don't just have to have your big toe. But the body is starting to open up, believe it or not. Okay. Find your rock back point so that you can go. It might not be pretty. You might not get your leg fully extended, right? Now, incorporate the third and the second finger between the big toe, right? And still gonna have your thumb pushing against the toe. You lean back enough to try to extend the leg. You know, it doesn't seem weird to me because I'm used to doing these things. But if you're not used to handling your feet, right, and moving and manipulating your parts, then this can feel like a very foreign movement to your body, and you're just going to lean back enough. Now, is it possible when you come out of this next one, right, to find your balance point where you just back up, right? Maybe you roll back. Like for me, I'm not exactly situated on even ground. And I can tell now that I have both feet off the floor. But I'm in C curve and I'm balanced from that position. How is this a stretch? I try to keep reminding you that when we stretch, we're not always just doing stretches. Okay, so the hamstrings getting stretched, but we're enlisting the rest of your parts to be active. And the more challenging I make something for you, the more present you are because you're trying to hone in your skill. This, for some of you who are used to doing Pilates, this is like a setup for one of our Pilates moves. So now get one leg extended. Even if your leg isn't fully extended, you let it out till your arm is straight. Draw your shoulder blade back, even if your leg isn't straight. And this is not a pretty shot. I definitely should be turned to the side, but it's too late now. I'm fully committed. Take the other leg. This is our like seated version of Happy Baby, right? Except we're not going to rock side to side. Fold it in. What's required of you to stay balanced? A lot. Do the other leg first this time. Extend it out. Get your arm to its full length. Raise up through the chest and trunk, right? Take the other leg. Worst case scenario, you fall backwards or you let go of your feet, but try to pull yourself up and through. Legs apart, holding for 5, 4, chest up and through, 3. As smoothly as you came into it, I want you to float out of it. Back to crisscross legs, release the hands, and now you just get your feet comfortable, right? Let the knees splay out. If you want to come off of your support base, go ahead and do that. I'm just going to have you roll forward a little bit. If your legs are extended because your knees don't want any more bending right now, then put them at a little bit of a V position and bring your body down. We're all going to go into the V in a moment. Pull up. I'm going to get off my little shim now, okay? And take yourself into your V. Depending on what surface you're working on, right? If you're on a rug, that's fantastic. If you're partially on a rug and then when you extend your legs, your feet are on a hard surface, you're going to find that you want to back your body up. Let your feet stay on a soft surface because of that contact point at the back of the heel. If your foot is resting on something really hard, that will be the distracting aspect. And I want you to just feel your body stretch. So you are not as wide as you can go, but you are wide And your rules for yourself is that you need to be able to keep the leg nice and straight. So if it's not straight, close the gap. If you cannot maintain your toes upright, close the gap. And now you're going to imagine that you're sitting doing a partner stretch with someone doing the exact same thing facing you. And I want you to reach your arms out to your partner. And then you're going to glide your body towards one leg, sweep it back to the other side. And you just want to feel like your partner is pulling gentle tension along your body line. And this is why it's really important that your legs are straight and not too far apart. Because as you get drawn into the movement, you should feel like you're getting a stretch. It might seem like you're getting your hamstring stretch, but you're really getting your adductor stretched more. So sweep it around. Just hold here for a moment. In the process of you sweeping it around, did the butt cheek on the far side come off the floor? Because if it did, shift the hips back down, bring it around again. So if your body is doing what it's supposed to be doing, okay, you may find that every time you sweep and get yourself to the foot that, oh, I'm actually am lengthening. So even if you can't get your foot, don't let your foot be the end range. Maybe you can slide your hands behind the knee or under the calf and let the opposite hand to your leg that you're reaching to, let that hand actually pull. Try to twist yourself into it a little bit. Press the backs of the knees down nice and firm. And now sweep yourself around. Right? Opposite hand is going to be the pulling arm. So anchor it. Keep trying to rotate your trunk a little bit. Lift through the chest. If you will incorporate this very important muscle as your stabilizer for your shoulder, glide your shoulder blade back, and just that action of you sliding your shoulder blade will recruit a little bit of the bicep, but it'll get you deeper into your stretch. Come to the middle, up, bring, even if you have to assist your legs, bring them back together. Okay. So I realized that we made it through a week's worth of classes, and we didn't do very much like extension work off the floor. So I want you to have your band, elastic band, or your stretch out strap ready. We're going to do a few cobra press-aways just to shift our body line, okay, on your mat. Don't lay flat. Take a few seconds, shimmy the hips, okay, with the legs extended, tops of the feet pressing firmly down, which may even trigger the foot to cramp. So let's just go nice and slow. Spread the elbows a little bit wider than the body width. Pull your shoulders out of your ears. Get ready. Open your hands. So spread the fingers. Try to actively push your index and thumb down into the floor. Shoulders are out of the ears, and then press up. And if your body is restricted right there, then just move your hands forward a little bit. I want you to really try to get your arms fully extended without you feeling like you're straining your back. And now let the arms just slide forward to gently release your position. Okay? So we are now set up to take the arms, move them like you're swimming, lift the chest, bend the arms, pull them in, start sliding them forward on the mat. Think about where were your hands a moment ago when you loaded them. Get them back to that spot, press up, shoulders out of the ears, take your head, turn one direction. If you can't comfortably turn your head, then your shoulders are not out of your ears and the elbows are probably bowed away from each other. Turn the elbows down towards the mat. Gently rotate your head the other way. It's when you bring your head back to center, slide the hands forward. Again, sweep. So now we're not going to load the hands. You're just going to do your sweeps. Reach them forward, push them around, pull your chest up, squeeze your buns, bend the arms. Reach, sweep. As inclined as you might be to sweep the arms and raise the head and look forward, I need for you to tuck your chin, look down at the mat, try to sustain that solid neck position, and give me 3 more of the reach, sweep. Inhale when the arms are reaching forward. Exhale on the pull and sweep. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. This should feel like your body's working. And now right here, put the hands down, start your press up, push. Your hands are actually significantly closer to you than they were when you started. And so you might feel like you've got some extra pressure on your knees, but I intentionally want you in a higher cobra, getting the shoulders out of the ears, squeeze the buns a little bit. And now try to pull your elbows in towards your ribs and lower your body down. Take both hands, reach diagonally, okay? It's this other arm, your forearm that's come across you, that's gonna be kind of your anchor arm. You can use your other hand to help get your legs set up into its figure 4 position. And I know you guys are gonna love this one because it personally is one of my favorites. And from all of your feedback that I've had over the classes, I know that this is one of those keeper moves. So that this anchor arm, go ahead and let it turn up because that's gonna be where it stays. Your other hand, you get to decide, do you need hand to shoulder to lessen the shoulder stretch, right? As it pulls open, and then releasing it, let yourself come back to your start. So if you don't have any shoulder considerations, then your arm is going to stay straight and it's going to draw this big circle around your body. Don't worry about your knee needing to stay on the floor. Your toes do, but your knee doesn't. And then let the hand draw towards your hip. You might start picking up your head right here as the arm travels across the other hand. Here's your inhale point. Open your body up, let the hip line and the upper back roll. For a moment, both arms are opened in that full stretch, and you're just taking that massive stretch from the hip to the chest. Slide the hand down to the hip, it crosses the knee, pick up your head, travel. This is going to be your last one. Big circle, open it up, pause, relax the shoulders, drawing the hand down, close your body back in, work yourself back to your face down position, right? Just get your elbows back under your body. Ready? Think about everything we did. We did a cobra press away, we did some swims, and then we did a higher press away, and then we did our arm circles. So now that's what we're gonna do. Set yourself up for your cobra press away. Shoulders out of the ears, tops of feet flat, drive your stretch up. Test your rotation of your head, checking in that your elbows are not pulled out from one another. Pull and tuck. And now, getting out of your movement, slide the arms forward. Give me 5 swim positions. Here we go, pull, that's swim 1. You're looking down, pull, swim 2. Inhale, forward, sweep the arms, swim 3. Inhale, sweep, 4. Pull it back, 5. Now this is your high press away. So set the hands a lot closer to you than you did a moment ago. Start loading your arms, draw the shoulders away from the ears, press the elbows into the body, load the hands, press up. Keep the elbows drawing towards each other and your ribs as you lower yourself back down. You ready? Take the arms diagonally to the other side. Turn that anchor hand down to the floor. Bring that other leg up for figure 4. And figure out, are you working with a bent arm or a fully opened arm? Draw the hand towards the hip line. Here's where I like to pick up my head as the arm comes back to meet the anchor arm. The head goes back down. You're turning your shoulders. Just think about if you have some significant discomfort at the back, but not at the spine, and it's not exactly at the top of the hip, that's your SI joint. And this is a great stretch for that. Okay, so if you're feeling it excessively, then you're just going to change the angle of your leg and maybe even have to hold your foot off the floor if it's too much load. Okay, so you can control that. Sweep the hand down to the hip, pick up your head, traveling with the arm, open it up. So you're doing 5. This is number 3. The arm's going to stay open for a moment. Arm comes down, inhaling, exhale. There is a reason why we want to inhale and exhale at certain times. The exhale is a release to your body and it helps you maximize your stretch. Inhale, this is your last one. The arm is moving. As your arm comes through its fullest expansion, that's where you're going to make sure that your head is relaxed. You're in exhale mode. And hopefully you feel like your body has responded favorably to this stretch. Slide the hand back down towards the hip. End up with yourself back into face down position. Woo. Okay, so whether it's your elastic band or your yoga strap, you pick, because one isn't better than the other. But this is going to come across the hip line. Okay, so, and what I want you to do, some of you don't have any problem getting your fingers interlaced behind your back and then the backs of your hands resting in your back. If you can comfortably interlace your fingers, turn the palms up and put the hands resting in the small of your back, then you do not need a strap. Okay? So if you cannot do that, you will be holding your strap with your palms up and your hands as close together as you can comfortably. Okay? Phase 1, just get your arms situated. I'm going to do it a couple of repetitions with the strap, and then I'm going to do it with my hands interlaced. Okay? So now, hopefully you've turned your head so that you're looking at your screen. You set your arms in their position. I want you to bend your legs, drawing the feet together, and you're going to pull the legs back for 3 little pumps. And then after the 3rd pump, you're going to separate your feet, extend your legs, keep them off the floor, lift your chest and face, turn your head down, but don't touch the mat, and then fully extend your arms, pulling either against your own hands or against your strap. And now, the head turns, the hands slide back up into their spot, the feet come back together, and you pump, pump, pump. Extend the legs, lift the face, turning the head, lengthening the arms to get your chest up off the floor. Turn the head, pull everything back down. Pump 1, pump 2, pump 3, extend and lift. Keep going. Turn the head, get your body back into position. Pump, pump, pump. Squeeze the buns. Pull. You've got 2 more. Release it. Pull the feet. Pull the feet. Again. Stretch your parts out. Make sure you square your face down to your mat. This next one, give it to me. Good one, right here. Pull 1, pull 2, pull 3. Stretch your parts. This is the last one. Make it good. The feet are off the floor. The legs are long. Your buns are tight. Your chin is gently drawn so your neck is neutral, and relax. Just separate your hands. Let go of your band. Turn the palms up. The elbows are soft and your arms are bent with the arms resting on the floor. And we're just rocking the hips. I want you to rock the hips a little more aggressively. The rocking is actually super relaxing to the body, okay? So just take it. Okay, you ready? Next phase, stop your rock. Ease yourself up. Come up to your elbows. Roll to the side a little bit. We're gonna go into our offset leg position. And here's where, if you have a pillow, okay, then you would put that pillow right up in towards your hip and thigh line, okay? So the back leg can be straight if you need it to be straight. But I want you to just watch one if you have no idea where I'm going with this. You're gonna rotate your body. I have an imaginary pillow. My towel is not thick enough to actually provide support, but we'll pretend that it is, okay? So you would have a larger, fuller pillow. Twist yourself to your mat, walk your hands out, turn your head away from the stretch line, and slowly guide yourself down. But don't get hung up here. Pull your hands back, push yourself up, come up, reset to neutral, adding the arm up and over. So that's your full stretch. This little bit of a sweep, right? Which is internal and external hip rotation here. Lift up, keep your long body line, start looking around, you're lengthening your trunk, right? And then easy does it down. Soften the elbows. Pull the hands back, press yourself up, release, take the stretch. Here we go. Keep lengthening your trunk. Incorporate that rear hip into internal rotation. Guide your long torso out to be fully supported. Twist the head. Pull the shoulders out of the ears. Down you go. Relax. Slide the hands back. Push up. This is going to be the end on this side. Right? Now release, relax, swivel. You can turn around or just move your parts. Right? I've mentioned before that you actually kind of manipulating yourself on the floor every time you push your hands, right, and scoot your bum, you're working your triceps and chest, shoulders, right? So don't always opt for the easy road, okay? And now, get yourself squared up. It's so weird because even though the angle is just slightly off from flat, I really feel like I'm using somebody else's limbs here. It's so weird. All right, pull yourself up, twist towards your pillow, lengthen body, lift the chest, start walking it out. Your head needs to turn away. Right? Come on down. Try to get to that full rest position. Pull the hands back a little bit and then push up. And you may be wondering why I keep saying pull your hands back before you load them. And that's to help you protect your shoulder. Okay? So as your body's being guided and supported out like this, okay? Once you come down, your hands are no longer in the right spot. It's okay for the lowering phase, but it's better to get them under you a little bit more when you go to push yourself back up. Ready? Pull the hands back. Elbows go up. Press up. We're doing 4 of these. Take the big stretch, even if this leg is extended. This could be done with this leg extended and the front leg extended. You would just try to make sure that your body is sitting like with a little bit of a V sit. Take yourself open, right? Rotate. Feel the trailing hip come around. Help encourage that internal rotation. There's that activity happening out there. There we go. If you're working faster than I am, then maybe you just end up getting an extra repetition. Paul? All right, this is your last one. Get the hands back, push up nice and clean. Finish with your stretch to this other side. Take your body, tip into it. Whew. Release and relax. So we're going to be on our back again. Maybe you take your, if you've got your little pillow or your towel, and you go ahead and build up a smidgen of support for your neck. Okay? Your yoga strap is going to be needed. If you need to grab a quick little drink, I think I will partake in that. But as you're setting yourself up, you're going to go ahead and put the loop, create a loop on your strap if you can, and loop one foot. We're going to get the leg moving through cross-body stretch. So the other day when we did this, I'm almost positive that we only did the inner thigh stretch because we had done so much standing outer hip work. But today we're going to go cross-body and then inner thigh. So that might not mean anything to you until it starts happening. Pull the leg up. Teach yourself how to use your accessory the most effective way. The whole beauty of having your strap is so that your arms and your neck and your shoulders do not have to get stressed. You learn where your relaxed arm position is so that there's no extra stress on the neck and the shoulders. Opposite hand's going to reach up to that stretching leg. Try to get the leg straight if you can. Flex the foot, even better. Internally rotate the foot, even better. And now start drawing the leg across. As soon as you cross the midline, if you've got your foot flexed and internally rotated, you should feel something very intense. And it might start all the way down in your calf and be super intense at the behind the knee. And if that's where your stretch stops, then I need for you to soften your knee just a little bit because we are trying to get the lateral head of the hamstring. And now keep drawing the leg down. Use the elbow as your brace. Can you continue to internally rotate the foot? So you're trying to point the big toe down towards the floor. And now to take the pressure off the stretch, soften the knee, let your body roll back to the middle, reset the leg to straight, switch arms, and now keep a tug going on the leg because the leg is now going to float to the other side. Prop up with the elbow. So the beauty of this is if you lessen your hand grip, your leg can go down and it can sweep down next to the other leg now. Help it up. Go opposite hand to strap. Internally rotate the foot. flex the foot, start pulling the leg across the midline. Let your hand loosen a little bit so that you can get your elbow to the floor and still have control of the degree of stretch that you want. Okay, now bend the leg, roll the hips to the middle, re-straighten the leg, trade the arm, pull the leg open. The other leg is fully extended on the floor. Release the grip on the strap so the leg can sweep. Up it comes, cross body over. Figure this one out now. Here we go. Soften the knee, pull the hips to the middle, straighten the leg, switch arms, open the leg, sliding the leg down, come up, cross body stretch. It's a little rhythm. Bend the leg, straighten the leg, open up to the other side, sweep and close, lift. You've got this last one. Complete the movement. Cross body hold, softening the knee, up it goes, out it goes, closing it, and now pull the leg in, keep holding it, pick up your head. Okay, so little IT band stretch. You've got your strap. Use the opposite hand to that foot. Can you tug on your strap and help guide your foot down to the outside of that other thigh? I don't know if this is going to work for you, but you can always slide your foot forward if it's too much stretch, and then you just won't probably be able to get your hand to your knee. But the higher you get your foot up the thigh, the more intense the stretch will be. But this other hand is holding, anchoring with the strap to keep that foot from sliding. It's very useful. Reach the free hand up to the outside of the knee, gently pull it, shoulder blades flat to the floor. This is not a stretch where we are trying to roll the hips. You're trying to get your knee to cross the midline and keep your back body as flat to the floor as you can. Now, release the knee. Keep holding this leg while you pull the other leg up. Take a few seconds, wiggle the hips from side to side, make your adjustment, strap going on the other leg. Straighten. One is up, one is out. Look at your foot. See if you can get the ankle to do some flexing, because that's what it needs to do. Now you're going to flex it and try to turn it in. And then start pulling. Pull. It feels fabulous, okay? Keep pulling till your elbow braces on the floor. Wow. Now bend the leg. Roll the hips to flat. Re-straighten the leg. Same arm to stretching leg has got the strap. Press the other leg firmly down and work this stretching leg out to the side. Lessen your grip a little bit so that the strap just slides freely. Pull and hoist the leg up. Opposite hand is holding the strap. Cross body pull. Softening the knee. Back to neutral. Up. Same arm to stretching leg. Open. Bracing of the elbow. Gliding the leg closed. You have 3 more. Up you come. Cross body. Bend the leg to unload the pressure. Roll the hips to neutral. Straighten the leg. Open. Sweep. 2 more. Up. Cross. Hinge. Flatten the hip line. Re-straighten. Open it out. This is the bottom of the 4th. You have 1 more full motion. Pull the leg up. Take it for this powerful cross right there. Bend it. Finish strong. It's up, fully anchored inner thigh stretch for that nanosecond. Right there, you're tugging on it. And now sweep it down, bring the leg up. I like to raise my head, bend the leg, pull it in. See if you can guide that foot down to the outside of the thigh. And then the hand that holds that strap is the hand that goes with the same side as the stretching leg, okay? The other hand is gonna reach up and you're gonna try to get your fingers just on the outside of that knee. And once you get your fingers there, see if you can bring your head and shoulders back to the floor, and you're just doing a gentle pull. Now, easy does it. Release the knee, help the leg up, right? Pick up your head, unfold. We're going to do a few bridges. Set your strap out of your way. Take a moment, realign the hip, knees to chest. You can do a little rock from side to side. And as you go to put your feet down, remember, if you could get your hands and heels to touch, that's kind of your guide. But if that is a no-go for you, then just pull your feet back rather tightly, right? But don't put the feet together. Start peeling navel to spine, tailbone into full pelvic tilt, lifting of the hips. This is one of these positions where we're going to add on to it today. And what I'd like for you to try to do is to lift your hips enough so that you can get your hands under your hips and interlace your fingers, right? So the fingers are on the outsides, they're not internally, right? So clasp the hands under the hip line. Try to shimmy your body so that your arms are tighter under your body, right? So you hold your shoulder blades together. Your goal would be to try to pull your pinkies down to the mat while you're in bridge. Squeeze the buns. Hopefully your head isn't tipped back. You should be kind of looking through the front body line. Nice, high, bolstered body. Shoulders are pulled together tightly. The fingers are touching the floor, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2. Let the hands go. Slowly lower the hips. Knees to chest. Pick up your head. Rock the body. See if you can really wrap your arms around your legs, and can you get your hands to connect with the elbows? Can you get your forehead to touch your knees? Now, without releasing your hands, just hold the best hold that you can if you're not holding your own elbow, right? So whatever part that you can get hold of, just keep holding it nice and snug. Draw your shoulder blades down. Start lowering the neck. Your chin is actively drawing towards your chest with the shoulders pulled down. Holding right here. And release, relax. Roll your legs to one side. The body comes over. Just help yourself with your sit-up for a moment. Woo. So, we're not going to do everything on the floor, but I wanted the majority of our class to be down. And I want you to just take your time coming up to your feet. If you want to join me in downward dog for a minute, but first in tabletop, right? So as you start adjusting your body, for a moment, you'll be on your knees. If you can tolerate this, then flatten out the tops of your feet, work yourself into cat back. If you do not want to be on your knees, then just get yourself up nice and slow and do your cat back from a standing position, right, where your hands would be on your thighs, and go into sway back. Pull the shoulders out of the ears, tucking of the chin, rounding the spine, sucking the belly button up into your body. Press the heels of the hands into the floor. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. And now slowly release to the halfway point. Stub your toes. Pop the knees up off the floor. Give me that downward dog for a minute. If you got off of your knees and you're up and you just did your cat-cow from standing position, go ahead and put your hands on your chair or your sofa or your ottoman, wherever you are, and get into downward dog for a moment. So your downward dog would be modified if you're not having your hands on the floor, right? So if you're using your chair, it's not a problem. You're just in a modified, but it's a kinder, gentler stretch. If you're here with me, what I want you to do is really press into the heels of your hands to draw your head between your arms. And now one arm is going to take your weight and the other hand is going to reach for the opposite foot. This is something that you all are used to doing with me, but you're used to doing it from your chair. So if you're opting for this version, this is not a new move, it's just a slightly harder application. Both hands to the mat, opposite hand reaches for the foot. The hand that stays on the chair or the floor is actively pushing you. Both hands to the mat, inhale. Start the press and the reach. Exhale. Both hands on the mat. Inhale. Push. Reach. Exhale. That's your last one. And now, soften the knees. Walk yourself up. Slow up roll. Easy does it. Woo. Okay. I'm going to keep my body working from the profile for you. But what I want for you to do is start with your feet about hip width apart. Now, just bend your legs. Seems simple enough. What's our limiting factor? Like, if you're trying to keep your foot flat, good morning. If you're trying to keep your foot flat, where is the limitation? Is it through the calf? Is it your knee? Is it your ankle? It doesn't actually matter what the restriction is, but I'm sure that you feel some little fight that your body's giving you, and that's fine. So now you're as pressed down as you can get. And then I want you to take your belly and buns and I want you to make those two parts really tight, okay? Keep bearing down, trying to take the knees into more bend, even though they're not gonna go. This is really tight, okay? Let the hips push forward, squeeze your buns. Oh my, where could we be going with this? The more you press your knees forward and pull your upper body back and squeeze your buns, okay? We're trying to just work our spine the spine is doing this back bend position, but yet the rest of our body is stretching, all right? So here we go. Look up. You may not want to reach your arms up and add any more intensity. So if that's you, then I want you to just put your hands on your shoulders, let the weight of your head flow back. Try not to let your knees float into a knocked knee position. Pull the knees apart a little bit, squeeze the buns more. Keep trying to bend the legs as you pull your body back. The buns are tight. And now, slowly pull your head back into neutral position. Bring yourself up. Woo. Soften the legs again, forward fold. I'm just gonna leave my hands over the crossed shoulder position. Down you go. Wow. Bend the legs deeper. Pull yourself up. You're in a now really deep leg bend. Keep your hands to your shoulders. It's protective, okay? Set it up again. Squeeze the buns. Press the hips through. Imagine that someone's behind you and their hands are under your shoulder blades, right? And they're helping unload your weight as your body bows back. You can straighten your legs if you want to, right? But I would prefer that you keep them bent because it's a whole different stretch. And now, pull the head up, start righting your body, re-bend the legs, float yourself down. When you come down this time, let the arms relax. The knees are soft, and I want you to imagine that you've got this, we'll say a rainbow, right? Because a rainbow gives you a good feeling. So say from the heel and ankle of one side of you, you're painting your rainbow, all right? So you're going to keep your legs bent. The arms are like your paintbrushes, right? And you've got 10 colors. And so your rainbow is full, and your fingers are pulling the paint color around. Right? So now you can be as bent legged as you want to be. You can be as straight legged, right? This is just another good feeling for the body. The head is relaxed. Try not to hold it up. See when you come around, can you get your hands to actually not follow one another, but to offset as if you really were trying to get. Maybe you don't get all 10 fingers on the floor. My thumbs are not touching the floor, but I certainly have the other 8 on. And once you come out of this side, I want you to stop at the middle, slow up roll, keep your knees soft, feel your belly button pull up into your spine, up you come. Take your hands, flip those fingers towards your body, press the back of the hand into the rib line, press into the ribs, right? You get to use your body as your brace to help get a little stretch across the wrists, okay? So with the work that we did in downward dog with the hand, flexed and loaded like that, we need to do a stretch that takes the wrist the other way. So just push. Sometimes when you push, it transfers up into your shoulders. So I want you to draw your shoulders down out of your ears, get a really good opening of the thumb, right? Don't let the thumb touch the index finger. Pull the thumb away from the index finger. Pull the pinky away from the thumb. Pull your fingers apart from each other. Nice stretch right there. Shoulders are down, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, release, relax. Wow. Okay. So one arm is going to crisscross, thumb down. You're going to allow your body just to have a little freedom to it. Open the arm up, and when you open the arm up, you're spreading the fingers and you're floating the wrist back like that, if you can tell that it's moving, okay? So let the arm come across you, gently hold it. This is rear delt. Give it a little pull, and then like you're just wiping everything clean. Flex the hand, floating the wrist back. Take your head, let it pull away from the arm, lower the arm, bring it across you, twist, sweep everything out of your way, flex the hand back, pull the head away, lower the arm. So all I'm doing is transferring my weight. Shoulder stretch, and then pec and neck stretch. Your angle of this arm is what you want it to be. I let my hand come a little bit downcast below the shoulder line because it feels better, and float the head away. And now release that arm. Ready? So gentle pull, wipe the slate, look at your hand, watch the wrist flex, draw the shoulder down, and then let your head just pull away from that arm. Here we go. Load the other foot, bring it across, shoulder stretch. Pull it open. This is what we're finishing with. Tip your head away from the arm and move your fingers to the furthest point. Bring it across and inhale. Pull it open. Tip the head. Release. You've got one more. Inhale. Sweep it. This is kind of complicated, right? Moving your parts in one direction and having some of your other parts go the opposite direction. Release, relax, fill it up, nice deep breath in. Exhale. Job well done, class. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I just want you to know that I appreciate your attention. And next week we will be back indoors. I should be back into the other studio, as Sandy says.